Alright, so here we go. This is basically the, so this is basically the main gameplay of any trial. The witness testimony and the witness's cross-examination. Here we go. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why did you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Are phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Saw used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity from a Stone's apartment building went out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Alright, or noon to 6 p.m. I've got to keep that in mind. Right.
Yep.
Now, Mr. Wright?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor?
Alright, right? This is it. This is the real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you're supposed to lie in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then the witness must have lied. Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Damn, Mia.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's kind of illegal to get into their personal spaces, but okay.
Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony.
Yes. Alright, so basically just as Mia said, at least with this cross-examination, right now all we're worrying about is just finding any sort of lies or holes that Mr. Frank Saw has said in his testimony and everything. So
let's
basically,
go through it all. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, the only thing I was just gonna say, and that, like, for the cross-examinations, I'll be doing these on my own, so it's basically, like, little walkthroughs and everything to basically let you know which statement you need to basically present the evidence and everything that contradicts the statement and everything. Now, if Bonnie or ESM wants to take a little guess on, like, which statement might seem fishy or which statement might contradict with an evidence and everything, they're free to do so.
All right, let's go through it all just so we can get a refresh in our memory.
Alrighty. And basically I'll also leave this up to both Bonnie and ESM if they want to repeat if they want to repeat the testimony that Saw just gave, and same thing with me. And now basically here's where the health bar just came in and everything. So basically there will be some moments where if you present the wrong evidence, you will lose a little bit of your health. However, the same is true, where it's like, if you present the right, if you have the right evidence, however, if you present the wrong statement, you'll still lose health. So basically, you gotta make sure that, you just gotta make sure, that you present the right evidence at the right statement and everything. And sometimes you can present the right evidence at different statements as well, too. So, anyway,
alright, so I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I was seeing a man flee. Alright, keep going.
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
Keep going, sorry,
All
keep
right.
going.
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock p.m. Really?
Ah, there it is.
Well, if you look at the autopsy report, the time of death was actually somewhere between 4 to 5, not 1 p.m. So how do you explain that?
How do you explain that? Yeah.
Yeah, and pretty much, yes, if you present, pretty much you'll know when you presented the right evidence and everything. If the music stops, and that basically means you presented the right evidence, and pretty much you could just continue on with the story. You found the body.
Okay, so
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, that's a neat tip. Thank you for telling me, because I never knew that. That
Yep.
I never knew.
You're welcome. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Oh, yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Huh, get it, 'cause you're Frank. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. Autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Hi. Mr. Roy, that's not for you. No, a person just died. Oh, that. Oh, This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Solid? Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you gotta do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
Yeah, pretty much get used to that because, some witnesses will give, will pretty much be given a chance to testify basically how many times a judge, aka the game, feels like it and such, so, yeah. Anyway, time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
That smell is the smell. The smelly smell. I see. You heard a voice saying that the time on the tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one. Well, I sure hope we do.
This one's pretty new.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Anyway. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Not really.
Yeah,
because if you take a look at this, we got the
yeah.
blackout record, and yeah, electricity was out from noon to 6.
So,
Yep. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Solid?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Solid, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Solid. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it! Doo-doo. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Yeah, this one's pretty easy as well, too.
Yeah, very easy. Okay.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Nope, it was this. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Well, you with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sod. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Do you have any problems with it, Bonnie?
He said it was a clock and it set the time.
But think back to his testimony. Think back to the first testimony that he gave before. Pretty much think back to his first testimony. Pretty much the one where he contradicted himself about getting the time wrong. He said he pretty much said something very important about. Pretty much said something very important about what happened after he found the body. Or at least pretty much what happened after he saw a dead body.
I don't have good memories, so I'm trying to think as best as I can.
Alrighty. Yeah. That's the one thing about the Ace Attorney games. You do have to remember well, not every single detail, but you got to remember the important details and such.
All right. So he said that it was that there was a videotape that said the voice, but that's not true because
not the videotape. Pretty much go back to the very first testimony he gave about when he first found the body.
I'm thinking of. Yes.
Yeah,
I think I remember now. Yes, I do have a problem with it.
Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony, and not just his forehead. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he either went into the apartment or knew the victim.
He went into the apartment.
Yep. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sod, that sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Ugh.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, yeah! I always love that. Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. I'm not shady, you're shady.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is right on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw had heard was definitely the clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... What should we do? Examine the batteries, ask the neighbors, or just try sounding the clock?
Let's try sounding it, obviously.
Alright. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's... Go ahead.
8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is a thinker after all. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Wow.
So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawyer heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawyer, trying to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. That's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it. I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Ugh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I could do about it now. Well, game over.
Not so fast, Mr. Sawit.
Chief!
That's not right. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody could prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste your time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Can you think of a reason why the clock is 3 hours slow?
Yes, I can.
Alrighty. Wait! Maybe I can prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? And I got just the thing
Mm-hmm.
Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Huh, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Alright, so for basically with stuff like this, I'm also gonna let Barney at least take a guess as to what evidence it could be. If he's right, I'll basically go ahead and tell him, and if he's wrong, then basically I'll at least tell him the right answer. So these are the evidence that we have left. So what do you, alright, so Barney, which evidence do you think will prove why the clock was running 3 hours slow?
Keep going.
Alright, so we got Sydney's autopsy report.
Keep going.
We got the statue.
Keep going.
We got the passport.
Aha! There it is.
You ready? Yep, you are right. It is the passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time differences between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim had to reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh. Ugh. Ugh. And he's gone.
Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out different than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And I find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
Not guilty.
not guilty.
Woo, confetti.
Hold on. I'm having a little bit of lag.
Okay, that's okay.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Now someone come in here. Now someone come in here and clean up this confetti. It turns out that Frank Sawyer was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the houses. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawyer let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawyer grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Alrighty. So, first case done. Phew! I still can't believe we won.
Right. Good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen a chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
Hold on.
Alright.
There we go. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
My life is over.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Whitney's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was Nah, never mind. I forgot I'm in the T-rated game.
Congratulations, Harry. Hold up.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlights now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe one. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present.
A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this? Well, thanks. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And I was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you wanna just cry?
Larry.
Are you so sure?
Squeeze me?
I think she taught quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, right. The heck is she talking about? Okay, so moments like this, I'm still also gonna give Bonnie a chance to guess. So, alright, so basically, what is the piece of evidence that proves that Cindy also that Cindy also loved Larry with all her heart? I think Bonnie's dead. Either that, or he might be thinking. Alright, well, basically, the evidence that that proves that Cindy Stone also loved Larry with all her heart is this statue. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive. You weren't just some chump.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I got interrupted again. I'm very sorry.
That's okay.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her, and she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks!
That made him feel a little better.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah, to innocent butts.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
Someone's about to get plastered tonight. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Dun dun dun. And there we are. That was case number 1, the first turnabout. Alrighty, so before we end off the stream right here, Barney and I are going to give just a little quick thoughts on what we thought on the first turnabout. So go ahead, Barney, you can go first. So what did you think on the first turnabout?
Okay, so the first turnabout, to me, this case, for being the first case, it's pretty simple. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Very simple for the ones that have never played Ace Attorney before. Mm-hmm. But I see that as a good thing because you don't need a complicated case to be the first trial of a game like this.
Actually, it's a little funny that you said that because originally the first turnabout was not supposed to happen. Originally, the next case, which we're going to be streaming next time, was actually meant to be the first case, but it was just actually like you said. People started to complain that it was a little. Well, for one, it was a little complicated, and the gameplay was a little different as well too. So basically, to make up for that, that's when the creator decided to make the first turnabout to basically ease the players into what the trial is going to be about during the game.
Oh, so okay, so the first turnabout was as a last minute.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Well, for this being a case that was written at the last minute, I really enjoyed it honestly because it allows you to think it allows you to think properly and take your sweet time with it in case you're having doubts on what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And as for the murder story itself, simple, but at the same time, it allows you to make decisions pretty easily, unlike the later cases we're gonna get to.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Get used to this, folks, because not every murder case in the Ace Attorney game is pretty much going to be as simple or as clear cut as this one. The next case, some could argue, it's also clear cut enough to at least understand how the murder went down and everything. But for pretty much after that case and everything, that's when the games will start to get a little bit complicated. Some not all that bad. But I will admit there are some cases where. Some of the murders might seem a little far-fetched to some, but like I said, we'll get to them when we get to them and everything.
Pretty much. So
yeah.
For the first turnabout and the first case of this new series of streams we're going to be doing, the first turnabout for me gives an 8 out of 10.
Alrighty, not a bad rating. Yeah, that sounds about right. But instead, I'm gonna give it just a little bit one rating higher. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because, yeah, it's like you said, basically for a first case, it's very simple, but at the same time, it does accomplish its goal and pretty much getting the players excited, basically giving the players a little taste on what the Ace Attorney series is about. And for those that basically like what they saw in the first turnabout are definitely going to want to play more of the games and definitely see what the other cases have in store and such, especially with the ending, especially with the little cliffhanger ending that Phoenix left about what could possibly be happening to Mia and everything. Does actually invite the player to want to play the second case right off the bat, just to basically understand, oh boy, what's going to be happening and everything. And pretty much the gameplay as well too, with the cross-examination and everything, and again, easing the players on, remembering not just testimonies for evidence, but even testimonies when it comes to other contradictions, like what we just witnessed with Frank Sod about not entering the apartment, not entering the apartment when we knew that was a lie and everything, and he did enter the apartment and everything. And also pretty much like Mia said, thinking outside the box too when it came to the passport as well. So it's pretty much everything that you knew on the Ace Attorney series, at least in terms of trial segments, was actually presented really well in this case, and pretty much every time I go back to this first case, it's still just as fun as it was the first time when I play it. Now, I will admit, if you play the Ace Attorney games, a lot and everything, this case does get a little bit of a burnout once in a while. and everything. And pretty much, I don't recommend. Pretty much, while I do love the Ace Attorney series and everything with all my heart, I don't necessarily recommend playing them back to back too many times and everything, because pretty much once you figure out the murder and everything, and once you figure out the story, the game pretty much, that is one downside I will give to the Ace Attorney series, is that the lack of replay value and everything, because like I said, pretty much once you figure out how to move the story along and everything, it does kind of lose its, I guess pretty much you could say charm and mystery after a while and everything, and pretty much just becomes more fun when you...
except for those cases that are like really hard.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. And pretty much, I mean, like, the game could still also be fun if you if you invite friends along that have never played Ace Attorney themselves and everything, then pretty much it could be fun all over again. So for me, the First Turnabout is still a good case. I still definitely recommend this case hard enough for those that never played the Ace Attorney series and definitely want to give it a shot for a first go. Alrighty, guys, so that's going to be doing it with the Ace Attorney Marathon stream with the First Turnabout. So, sadly, ESM could not join us on this stream, but hopefully in the next stream he will. Now, the next case that we're going to be doing is going to be Turnabout Sisters, which is case number 2 and such. And most likely we should be able to finish that case up in one sitting as well. However, if we get to the case and we're getting close to the 2-hour mark and everything, then I definitely do know at least 2 good spots onto where we could definitely at least take a break from the case and finish it up later and everything. You just showed up. ESM just showed up, and he's already too late.
It's already what?
You're already too late.
Why?
We pretty much just finished the First Turnabout.
Well, are we going to start on the second one?
That's not till the next stream. We're only doing one case per stream.
You suck.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, alright. Well, actually, pretty much, when you get a chance, come on down if you want to at least give your thoughts on the First Turnabout.
I can't. I didn't get to see it.
But I mean, like, you played it before.
Yeah, but I didn't get to see it, so...
Alright. Alrighty, guys. Well, yeah, sadly, that's where we're gonna end up the stream right here, so... next time when we come back, hopefully we will be able to do the Turnabout Sisters. Like I said, hopefully we'll be able to complete it in one sitting. But just in case, if we get to the 2-hour mark and we don't finish it just yet, I do know 2 good places we could stop. Now, in terms of when these streams are going to be coming out, these are going to be more random and such. Seeing as how it's not really going to be part of a it's not going to be part of a main series on my Let's Play channel. It's going to be more of a marathon of sort. And depending on when these videos are also going to come out. So basically, the First Turnabout will come out once we start streaming Turnabout Sisters. So once Turnabout Sisters starts coming out, then I'll start uploading the I'll start uploading the 2 parts to the First Turnabout, and then pretty much you could just rewatch them whenever and such. So, alrighty, guys, but yeah. So this has been Squirty saying thank you all so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the stream, don't forget to hit the like button. If you guys want to see more of the Ace Attorney Marathon stream and all that, hit that subscribe button as well. Like I said, so definitely be on the lookout for when we're ever ready to do Turnabout Sisters. We'll let you guys know. But also, also don't forget to check out my good friends CSM and Barney's channels as well. The links will be in the description below. If you guys like movie and TV show reviews, check out my main channel where I mostly do that. Or check out mine and Barney's co-op channel, Review Bros, where we review movie and TV shows together. Alrighty, guys.
And books.
And books too. So, right now, by the time that we're streaming this, and probably by the time this video comes up, hopefully season 2 of the Really Useful Podcast should be coming out pretty soon. But anyway, guys, yeah, so this has been Scored DSO with my 2 good friends.
Yes,
Old Teapot 7.
And we'll see you guys next time on the next live stream of Ace Attorney, which will be Turnabout Sisters. So until then, take care, everybody, and bye-bye.
Bye!